Welcome! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Skosana and we've reached 100 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. Let's talk weddings. Before I share the 5 tips on how to custom make your wedding dress, I'd just like to share how I got into the wedding space. I've decided to do a series on weddings. How I actually got into the wedding space. It was simple, but not really simple. So my husband is a wedding photographer and he needed an assistant. And I volunteered. I volunteered to carry the photographer's bags. But to my surprise, I would actually be shooting. So I had to learn the ropes on how to shoot a wedding. But I was an assistant. Eventually, week in, week out, I'd see these brides wearing these expensive dresses. And I was actually interested on where they bought their dress and how much the dress costs. Some dresses were really, really beautiful. After seeing all these beautiful dresses at all these weddings, I decided I'm going to do this. And my first step, get fabric. I went sourcing for nice fabric, laces, beads, and those things are very expensive. Very expensive. So you can imagine the budget that I had to pull out. I decided to make samples for bridal gowns as well as bridesmaids' dresses. And took some pictures, posted on social media. Couple of years later, I've custom made more than 50 wedding dresses. And with that said, I'd like to share 5 tips on what to look out for when custom making a wedding dress. Tip number 1, you need to find the right designer for you. You need to follow them on social media. You need to love their style of work. And you need to make sure that the designer that you pick is the right one for you. You need to love how they put their garments together. Call them, book an appointment, and see if you love the person. Because you need to connect with your dress designer. You need to be able to communicate with them, or you need to make sure that the person that you choose is a type of person that you are able to communicate with. Because remember, the gown takes a long time to make, around 6 to 9 months. So you'll be meeting with this person for fittings, and you need to make sure that the personality and the attitude gels with your personality as well. Tip number 2, you need to be able to choose the fabrics. So you need to insist on fabric samples. This is very important because remember, once you've used those fabrics, those are the only fabrics that you can probably use, and you might not be able to turn back and say, I don't like this, I like that. So insist on seeing the samples. You need to approve your lace as well as the base fabrics that will be used for your garment. Tip number 3, budget. You need to find a designer that custom makes dresses within your budget. You must remember, not everyone designs the same and not everyone is within a certain budget. Some people's dresses start at a certain amount. Make sure that you find a designer that's going to make your dress at your budget. Tip number 4, fittings. Fittings are very important. You and your designer need to make a schedule. You need to make a schedule on when you will come for your first fitting. You also need to bring the right shoes to these fittings. Also make sure how many times you will be coming for fittings, as this is very important. Towards your wedding date, you need to know when exactly you will be able to collect your wedding gown. Will it be a week before the wedding? 2 weeks before the wedding? That's very important. Tip number 5, collection. On collection day, make sure that everything is 100%. And as well, insist on having your final fitting. You also need to bring along someone who will be assisting you on your wedding day in order for her to be able to see how you put on your wedding gown, how you zip it, or maybe how you need to lace it up. Bonus tip, you need to trust your designer. You need to trust this person that they will do a good job. Don't be the panicking bride. Once you've made a schedule with your dress designer, try to stick to that schedule and have trust in the person that you've picked. If you have any more questions on how to custom make a wedding gown, please do comment below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and as well click the bell next to the subscribe button in order for you to receive notifications once I have uploaded a video. Thank you so much. Goodbye. I forgot tip number 4.